I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA's Daily Review. Today is August 24th, Thursday, 2023. We got this big ass bearish candle here. And price did want to shoot up one more time into that daily imbalance above, right to the 50% level of it. I mean, literally. Then big sell-off, got into this daily, this 4-hour imbalance up here, took out all the liquidity that it built, and then rushed all the way down to seal that imbalance. And now get into here, which was specifically the area I've been mentioning, I believe this week and even last possibly. But so monster day. So let's take a look at it, and use this as a learning experience always. I mean, it's bouncing between imbalances here, and when we open up, try not to get confused with all these lines, right? All right, so that was the liquidity from yesterday. All right, we open up here. So when we made the video, we made it here, right? They shot the price back up. All right, so this fib originally right here was here. Okay, first was here, then we opened up and we had 3 drives. That was the one. We opened up, had the second one here. Third one had it right here. Okay, then this sells off at London time. Okay, takes liquidity out, and to the left, if you look to the left, we're up in that block right there. We've pretty much sealed it already, and then we have that as a liquidity, that and that as a liquidity. So when the price comes down here and it's between 8 and it's still 930, this price has been hovering over this level here. Well, now I look at this leg as, if you look at it over here, I think I drew it out for you where it popped up, came back, popped up, came back, popped up. All right, so this is that leg from here to here. All right, and then with a fib, because you don't put the fib here to measure, you can put the fib here to measure here, but to measure here, you want to put the fib here, which is where I'll move the fib here, right? And I'm doing this while we're here. I'm actually ready at 8 o'clock as well, which is right here. So, and we don't break this low. And if you take a look here, we're at a 61. We smack that 61. Look at that right there. Okay, this price comes up. I also have a range between here and here, and I know that we're in this range, right? So when you do this, I might as well just draw it out right here. So that fib here to here, I wake up and I'm ready here, and I see that we've retraced here a little bit here. We came back down and we do not take out that low. So the idea is that if that's the case, you expect it to rush up and take out that high in general, right? At the least, let's just say it wasn't a big volatility day and all this and that. Plus, they also decided to not go with the historical data and come up, because everyone expected this to come up, and so did I, actually. So it did not, and I thought they'd save this for later. But their agenda was always this, right? And and it was either from here, it's either gonna, I wish that would go away. It's either gonna go up from here, or it's gonna come down from here, right? Like it's either gonna come up or it's gonna come down. And they decided to come down is what I'm trying to say. So obviously, right? So here's the thing. So with this fib here, I have, see, as you look at it from a distance kind of. See how we start here. We break above that. We come back. So this is higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. Higher high, you think that was it, right? Because it does come back to the 50 when we measured it, but it kept going. See, it doesn't really break that level. So this is technically the real final higher high. Like this higher low, not this higher high, but this higher high. See how they do that? And then look at the bodies. Pay attention to the bodies. None of them are even going above or closing. This is just manipulation, and this is a way you can look at this leg. Then the retracement back down to here is that one leg. So if you're here and we're sitting here debating about we're going to buy or I'm definitely not selling from here. If it came lower, I would have bought from there too. And if it kept really going, then obviously we're coming to get this, but that's not what's happening. Look what the time of the day is. The time of the New York session is here. So if you go into a smaller time frame, which I can, but it's just I don't want to make these videos long. But right here in here, there is I'm going to show you. Okay, so you'll see it. Let me just show you with a 10-second, knowing that this is a 61, right? So actually, let me remember that we're here on this fib here, right? Okay, so here we don't break that low, and what do? This is very common. I show this all the time. What they'll do is first of all, people are scared to buy this. That's for sure, and they do it like this on purpose. So it's hard to, I can't even show it on the screen, but this last down candle right here, notice we never break that. And we keep buying. If I put my cursor here, look to the right, we're constantly hitting this down candle. This last down candle, this is at 5:40 in the morning or whatever. All right? And keep staying there. And notice, equal lows here. Okay, which is not something you want to be, you wouldn't feel safe in general because you'll think that, it'll take it for liquidity, right? And it could have grabbed it. It could have opened up and just came down and grabbed it. I don't know why they didn't. I would have. If I was them, I would have just took it, but I still would have took the buy here. But if you take a look here, well, I'm trying to zoom this out. This is so hard, but look, doesn't break this. These down candles equal levels here. And then look to the right. I'm going to hover it from here. Look to the right. Constantly. So it hits this open of this block right here. See that? One. Look to the right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 times. 3 times here. 4 times here. Okay. So 4 times here. And now we're getting closer to 930. All right. Take a look. This, again, this is the 4th time that it's hit that same level, right? Pops up, comes down right here. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I know you're probably like, you're crazy. It's a 10-second chart. But I know, I understand the language when I look at these things. And again, it could have took me out, but I would have still bought. Price comes up, comes down. Look at these 3 gaps. 3 gaps. 1, 2, 3. Then you get this bullish candle, right? Right there. Then the price comes down slowly, right at 930. Look how it hits that block. Beautifully. I have a buy limit right here on this block specifically. And I could have put one right here too, but because of this gap, these gaps, and then this bullish candle, then this is a down block. So this is the last down block we're dealing with. Technically, that one is what I'm trying to say. Boom, taps right in. I still put my stop loss right here because this is no big deal. Sure enough, fucking instant profit, and it's such a great feeling when that happens. Now, is it risky? And am I recommending you to do this? No, obviously not. You should not. It's not really even a good strategy, to be honest. But I've seen it a million times with US30. I know exactly how it operates. Again, if I took a loss here, no problem. Anyways, shooting up. Okay, so now where do we go? We go right straight up. Obviously, your first target that you're aiming at is this level right here, which is the liquidity, which is sitting right there, which would have been London's sell, right? But then once you're flying up, you're talking to yourself like, how high can this thing go, right? So you have that liquidity, and that liquidity. And once we're rushing up, you're already starting. Now I'm already starting to think here. Okay, in the middle. Obviously, we're going to take out that low. Could it have sold from there? Yeah, it could. But what else do we have here in that daily imbalance above? Well, we have that little piece of imbalance right there. Can you see that? That little space right there. So just taps above. That's all I'm looking for. And while this is happening, let me move it down. While this is happening, I'm watching this 10-second. I got 1 minute and I got a 5 minute that you can't see on the screen, right? But I can't be able to screenshot everything. So anyways, so watching this pop up when it gets to this level here, and while the price is up here, I'm looking for that 50% rejection, literally. And look to the right, happens beautifully. First of all, it stops right there. Okay. Then it pops up one more time. And this is to be honest with you, it was going very fast. There's no structure here. This is obviously very volatile. Look at all the candles. It's literally going. So I was like, man, I'm going to get a sell, because I'm looking for a buy and a sell. In this situation, buy, sell, or a sell and a buy, for example. I wasn't looking at down here for taking it for a sell then a buy. This is generally going to be a buy then a sell. Okay, so it was really an easy fucking day. And then takes off right here. Once we get this bullish candle and we get a bearish candle like that, I'm putting my limit order, sell limit right there at that level. Sure enough, pops in. If it kept going, no problem. I'm putting my stop loss right here. I even managed it in real time down to here. I'll push it down here, because if it's going past here, then it's like, okay, there's a bigger problem, right? But in general, above 50% of that candle is what I don't want to see it go. But taps in beautifully, fucking takes off. Now, there is plenty of opportunities to catch the sell as well. But what is my logic for this trade? And I'm going to keep this, this is a 10, you can still see it on a 10-second, right? Yeah. So, well, I do drop the ball, but whatever. So price comes up and I'm looking for a retracement back. Why am I looking for a retracement back? Number one is because it's a higher high and I want to make a higher low again in general, right? Because I was a little married to kind of coming up here, right? Because this is what the data says, but they didn't follow it. A learning lesson is don't always follow that historical data like by marrying it, but this is just part of the game, man. There's just nothing I can say. But anyways, then price comes down to here and I'm like, okay, first of all, I want to get to the 50. That's a minimum target for my sell, right? So could have stopped it, but this thing is still going, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Cool, no problem. I did not expect coming down all the way here. I did not expect that. I'll tell you when I expected it or when I thought about it, but it didn't occur to me yet. So anyways, I want to get down. And where did we take some liquidity out from the people who were buying? Well, like myself, I thought this was extreme, but I've seen that many times where it's come this low. And this was an amazing trade and profit. And so was this. So I got a little bit, I don't know, I guess the word is, comfortable or whatever, but I followed my rules, because if you look down here, to take out these lows, right, it's probable, but at the same time, it's not, right? So, price comes down here. I'm like, all right, let me just take some liquidity out. And then we come down here and we take that liquidity. And I'm not looking here because I make it a rule for myself. I'm like, man, you catch this profit, you're good. I left a shit ton of money on the table, but guess what? If you add both of these straight up and if you add both of these trades in distance wise or points and you stretch it out from here to here, I damn near caught this same amount of points anyway. So I'm not worried about being right? It's like taking the profit and paying yourself is what you want to do. Even if you leave a lot of money on the table, this shit happens every day. Maybe not like in this situation, but at the same time it does. So anyways, price is down here. I'm like, all right, cool, man, I'm taking this shit out. So I'm over here now and I'm like, okay, it bothered me, this little bullish candle here, and I'm like, it's too early, there's no really shift or anything, don't keep it. I'm like, nah, I'm good, take the profit, it's all good. So anyways, I try to catch a buy here, because at this point here we've reached down here and we're now back here. So I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna probably buy from some of this area as a resistance type of idea, right? Like it's going to bounce from here, not realizing like, dude, it's already really, really low. It's going through. And then that's when I realized they were going to come down and because when we hit this 50% level here, I'm like, the algorithm went right to it. It's not buyers and sellers doing that. So the manipulation wise, they went right down to the seal this daily imbalance that I've been looking at, telling people that they're avoiding it like the plague, but in reality, man, that's just what they were setting up, man. So it is what it is. We've had these levels marked, and I've been mentioning it forever. Did I capitalize on this move down here? No, but didn't matter. This was fucking amazing, and it was so easy. It was like so 1, 2, 3 simple. And even when to sell it, if I didn't have the idea of selling it at a 50 level or taking that liquidity, then you would be confused and whatever. But I'm still taking this sell. This is, in my model, a buy and a sell, and I'm looking for another buy. Problem with this is now when we break below and we're coming underneath, and I'm once we're under here, once we break this again here, right here, I'm not showing you on purpose. Once we broke below here, I was like, yeah, it's over with. They're coming down. Sure enough, if you take a look, and I'm gonna squinch this up on purpose. I don't need to do it at this low. I can do it 1 minute. It's fine. But the 1 minute was a very big giveaway of not to close this trade, and I fucking closed it, man. But it's all good. But if you take a look here, look, they never break above or shift from any up candle or range. These are all ranges, and they're staying solid. So even up to here doesn't break above that candle. This is kind of like a support resistance idea from here to here, but then comes back up and boom, look, it's not breaking above or shifting. So now we're going to look at it from a algorithm's perspective of, now we're in here, and I still drag this over. If you take a look, there was the price comes below, tests the bottom of that, because we go through the daily imbalance high, right? Never break above. That's your high. That's a sell right there. These are all sells actually. But sell right there. We come down. We don't hit that 50 yet, which is here. Remember, that's 50 of the daily imbalance. And they avoid that shit again. Pops up, comes down, pops up. These are all sells. Look how they're hugging that 25% level. So that's another sell after taking that high right there. And it's still in this block right here. All right. Then the price comes down, stays at the 50 for a hot second. Comes down, tests underneath it, comes down, comes to now this 25% level of, and you should have been holding this all the way till 4 o'clock. Boom. Look at the finale at 4 o'clock. Look at the time. It's 4:01 right here. And then anyways, price retraces back, hits this 50 again. This is another sell you could take right here. Where are you taking this sell to? At least right here. So then, sure enough, look how it's dancing. Comes right down, stops right there for a pause for a second. Boom, right to that daily imbalance. Then decides to come a little bit lower. So crazy day. And if you watch the previous videos, you'll see I was mentioning I want to be a buyer from here. I want to be a buyer from here. This is exactly where it is. Now, here's the thing. If it's not following historical data, and we're now inside this daily candle that I mentioned, I don't know if it's going to rush for this liquidity here, right? Because it would make sense. So now tomorrow we have Fed Powell talking. It's going to be a crazy day. They got a Jackson convention speech or conversation, and I'm assuming that, where is that price going to take us back up here? I don't. That shit is probably dead. And that's why I was saying from here, look at the distance of this range of this day. That's why I said coming up here, it was logical as well, because it only took, as you see this day, look how much range it had. That was an easy move to here. We would have been there already. But the big picture of this is that Thursday, the day before a news event like that, which is tomorrow, you want to be very careful, because the algorithm will literally rush to seek liquidity and upset the market in every way possible, as far as extremes liquidity on the buy side and the sell side. So, and it took both. So it went up to take the top side, came down to take the bottom side, right? So, and that's a day before tomorrow. Now, you would expect this type of day for tomorrow. And that's kind of what I was actually thinking. That's why I was interested in taking a buy here, because this was, if you look up here on the 1 hour, oh shit, look on the 1 hour, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and I was trying to get a retracement here for another buy up, and that's exactly what. But I'm taking this sell at the 50 no matter what, and this above daily imbalance. But I was expecting for it to keep going. So anyways, took the profit here, whatever. This is the learning experience. This is what you want to take out of this. A lot of knowledge here, a lot of experience in this day and this little patch of price of range that they've been holding it, and in this experience, if you get what I'm saying, right? So anyways, I think there was something else I wanted to say. The dollar was also giving the hint of buying, obviously, nonstop. And I swear, when we were here at this price here, I thought the price was moving so slow. I thought my computer was stuck. This screen dollar is on another computer. If you watch my setup video, it's on the left. It's on a laptop on the left. And I was watching. I was like, I literally thought the computer froze, or they froze the chart, and they actually did. But it was, even when it was live, it was stuck. It wouldn't move, and they were literally taking the bait for or pausing the dollar. Like what the saying is if dollar stays, the indices will play, right? Meaning it'll start moving a lot. And then that's when we were around here. So super manipulative on and how they did that. And I was paying attention to it, and I was like, that's kind of when I knew. I was like, oh shit, this thing is gonna completely go all the way through. And here's the thing. And what I can learn from myself is that, and I did it right. I didn't want to keep playing with this, because this is going to get dangerous. This is like, you don't want to be stuck trying to buy this shit. No way. And there's a bigger objective down here. So, and look how the ringer, fucking beautifully right to it, right? So you trying to catch all this, you're gonna get hurt. And this is when I will take a step back. Like, no, I'm good. I just raped them for two trades. I'm good. What am I looking for? So when it did get here, I did try to take a buy here, but I was hoping that this would have been kind of just held. It's a high probability. I knew we were going to kind of blow through to 50 though. And then this didn't pan out, but it was kind of easy structure here. But at this point, it's just like no big deal. I don't want to be taking these kind of shots, and if you're waiting for 3 drives down here, you're going to hurt, because this is the bigger picture of getting down to this daily imbalance. But not a big deal, man. You know what I'm saying? But if it was going to happen, it was going to happen in the power hour, and it didn't. So 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock was either going to push it up or push it down, and down was the safe. It did make sense, but it was worth a shot, how I looked at it. But what can I get out of it? As I'm always still growing and learning, and no problem being honest. These are all sells. You know what I'm saying? So you can constantly, just from here to here is like $5,000, right? Type of mentality. So it's like, you don't need to be right to catch all this. So don't think maybe you failed, and I'm not talking to myself, because I know I didn't. I understand how this shit works. You got to keep it smooth, take the profit, and not overtrade, not accumulate a lot of small losses, and just be thirsty. That's why I don't like trading the PM session. But when you're coming down in here, learn from this that it's an ugly situation here. You're trying to catch a buy here is stupid. It's not smart. But if you see that your trade failed here, for example, and you tried to buy, because I'm sure other people tried to buy here, and you see it breaking down, then just completely look for sells, right? Completely look for sells, and flow that way, knowing that you're coming down to this target. So that's really what I'm getting out of this, like where, but I don't need to force anything, because I've already accomplished what I need to, and fucking way more than that. So, but at the same time, I'm going to remember this forever, is what I'm telling you. This moment, just even the way this looked selling, like Like, this is what I backtest. This is what I study. This is what makes me better. So anyways, present time. Here's the thing. Now, we've got into this block here, but we have an imbalance sitting right there. We have some liquidity sitting right there. I don't know if they're going to rush for that liquidity or not, or get into here and then try to buy from here. I don't know. Or it's possible that it runs right through. And if it doesn't do that, then it's going to buy now. Like, it's literally going to start buying now, which is so funny because they bring that shit down all the way at the end of the day, and it's like, you know, you're not taking this trade. You could, but I mean, it's like, in general, they're trying to squeeze people out from even buying. So it'll be ugly to see this, but if it starts ranging, and you might start getting a lot of volatility through Asia and London, I don't know, but this thing might not make it back up. So if I can try to make this easy, so we might try to buy back up here, get back into this daily imbalance, use it as a resistance. I would like, if we're going to continue down, I would like to see that. I would like to see it come and probably take out this high right here, come back somewhere in here, probably pick up a little bit more, and then kind of sell back down. That's the story for coming more down. Unless we gap down and we just keep going, and that's crazy, right? Coming into here. But yeah, otherwise, even if I put a fib, I don't want to have too many fibs. I'm just trying to do this so you can see it. You know, damn, it's kind of hard to see it, huh? Let me see if I move it so you don't get lost in it. So possibly here, or even up here. I do like up here too, if it makes it. I don't know. But with the news tomorrow, I'm assuming that, so what's the news tomorrow going to do? The news is either going to push it down to get down here, or it's going to push it up, right? There's only two options I'm looking at it like, right? So those are your two ideas. If it pushes up, then okay, cool. I mean, I don't see them doing another range day like that, but could we see a big bullish candle that comes up to here? Yeah, sure we could. We could see a massive ass bullish candle here. By then it'll be the 25th of August, and then we have next week to kind of come up. Now, you're asking me, like, you might be saying, Roland, you're going to still think you're going to come up here? I don't know, right? I don't know. Is anything possible? Obviously, with a day like this, fucking anything's possible. But these are the ideas here. I hope this is helping, and you know, this is a good time to probably even take a step back. I mean, we'll see what happens, man. But I'm assuming buying is going to start coming in here, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so hope this helps you guys. Take care, and God bless.